Hey, you know what I think? I think you're gonna love this. It's one of my favorite places to advertise, really, because it's just so simple. Especially if you're just getting started. Man, there is not a whole lot to buying media using the intermediate buy method, right? Let me kind of walk you through this and show you how this works. But one thing, if there is one thing that I want to do right now, my friend, is I want to keep it as simple as possible for you so that when you look at this, you go, you know what, this is actually easy and I can do this. You know what? Truth of the matter is you can, and it is easy, and it's not complicated, and you can do this. All right, just jump in with both feet in the water and just do it. And what's really, really cool about intermediate buys is this stuff works really, really well. Okay, so let's talk about intermediate buys. What is this? Well, this is great for beginners and also seasoned marketers as well. All right. What this is essentially is these are agencies that connect publishers with advertisers. Okay, guys like myself and those publishers, hey, I can go to these agencies and I can buy a lot of media, and this is 100% self-serve platforms. So what that means is I can decide which websites I want to advertise on. I want to decide how much money I want to spend. It's and I have full control over my ads. You know what I mean? So I can stop my ads at any time. So this is self-serve platforms all the time. Okay, pretty awesome. Now, you can buy ads at fixed monthly or cost per thousand rates, or even cost per click. Like for example, the WEM network, one of the networks in intermediate category, intermediate category. Okay, pretty cool. So you can also, what's really cool about this is you know exactly where your banners are placed, kind of like what I told you. It's great for researching your potential direct buys. Okay, so sometimes I go there and I'll just look around and because these agencies, they kind of they give you a lot of publishers, right, all at the same place. So what you can do sometimes, all right, is you can go to, just take a look at those sites that's that's on those agencies, and then you can contact those site owners directly and just see if you can strike a deal with them, and just kind of bypass the middleman. Now, what's cool about intermediate buys is even though they do charge a little bit more money, it's still very, very inexpensive. Okay, it's very inexpensive, and what I personally like about it is it cuts my research down to, more than half. Probably like 75% of the time, which is really, really cool. So the extra, 10 or 20, or 20% I'm gonna pay to run my ads there, it's definitely worth it for me. I'm gonna show you this so that you can see how it works for you as well. Okay, so here are some intermediate agencies that you can go to right now. Okay, these are some of the more popular ones. Obviously there is more. I just don't want to confuse you. I want to give you the stuff that I personally use. Okay, and these are the agencies that I personally use right now as I'm shooting this video for you. All right, so buysellads.com, really, really awesome site. Exoclick.com, don't use them a whole lot, but use them sometimes. Buyads.com, AdOnion, and WEMnetwork.com. Okay, so these are my intermediate agencies that I go to, places to do media buys. Works really, really well for me. Now, again, without kind of going and diving into each one of those specifically, how do you set up your campaign? What I'm going to do is let me just go to buysellads.com, and we're going to do this together. I'm just going to walk you through very, very simple. There is not, if you can use Facebook, you can place ads, or you can buy media from these networks. Super easy. It's almost not worth it for me to take the time to really show you this, because it's virtually the same for all the agencies. Maybe the interface looks a little bit different, but the process is essentially the same. And B, it's just so intuitive. It's not, you'll figure it out in 2 seconds. Okay, let's jump online right now, and let me show you this buy sell ads network and how that works. Okay, so as you can see here, when we go to buy sell ads, and I actually just logged into my account, here are some featured places where we can advertise, all that good stuff. I just saw something that was pretty interesting. Well, maybe it's not here. I saw Paris Hilton was featured here just not that long ago. It looks like that's not available now. But check it out. For Paris Hilton to send one tweet, it would cost you $4,500. Can you believe that? How awesome is that? All right. So check this out. Depending on what you're promoting, okay, you can be, automotive, right? Business, finance, education, entertainment, all these different categories here, right? I can go to, business finance, for example, right? Let's go here. And so here, we have all these sites, right? Plus, you can also search for a specific category or specific keyword here, right? But let's say if you want to, I just want to give you again just like a blueprint, kind of like a framework of how this kind of works in a nutshell. What I want you to do is just go there and start playing around with it yourself. Okay, so 9 to 5 Mac, as you can see here, we can actually take a look at what this website is all about. Well, it actually tells you right here. Okay, it's Los Angeles. 9 to 5 Mac are writers from New York, Los Angeles, and Europe. We think about Apple all day, and our mission is to break Apple's news quicker. Blah, blah, blah. So it looks like it's an Apple site, okay? They have, look at that, 5.5 million impressions, right, per month, okay? And you're going to be paying about $4 per impression. Okay, now if you're promoting something that has to do with Apple, check this out, 81.8 million impressions per month. Ridiculous for their RSS feed. Okay, absolutely ridiculous. Okay, let's go back here. So if you're let's say if you are into a CPA, right, and you're promoting some kind of Apple, Mac, CPA offers for Macs or Apple, or anything, similar, right? That might be a really, really awesome, thing for you to go to. Okay, we can go and well, let's check out some of the other ones here. Investing.com here. Okay, that's another one. So it kind of tells you what the site is about, and see if if that's something that's going to be targeted for you or not. All right, and we can actually, if we click on this URL here, it will bring you to the actual site, to where you can see what it looks like. You can see the banners they're running, what you're getting into. Okay, all that stuff, pretty awesome, right? So let's say you promote something like travel. Okay, let's maybe you're into travel. Okay, again, there's different sites that we can advertise, when it comes to that category, right? So this one here, it tells you, 250,000 impressions per month, and 315 by 215 top right, So if we wanted to take a look at what that would look like, just click on the site here. And so you can basically pick and choose, which sites you want to advertise on, from, the category here, right? Pretty awesome stuff. Okay, so there is an ad here, right? You can place your ad. You can place your ads in the bottom. Pretty cool. So let me show you. Let me show you how to place an ad, right? So this ad would cost me $400 for 30 days, and I would get in front of 250,000 eyeballs. Okay, impressions is basically how many times your ad is going to show. Okay, so $400 a month. That might be, you say, Vic, it's expensive, man. I don't have $400 a month. Well, that's fine. Let's go back, right? Let's go back here, and let's take a look at something else. Okay, let's take a look at something else here and see if we can find something that's a little bit more cheaper, right? Take a look at this, 140,000 impressions. Okay, it's a little bit smaller ad. It's 125 by 125. $50 a month. Okay, $50 a month. So let's say if I wanted to buy this, okay, I'll just click on buy. Automatically would add to my cart right here. See that? And I'll just click on it. Look at this. Look how simple it is to place an ad. Okay, I'll click on upload creative. Okay, this is what I would. This is basically it would be like the header, the headline of your ad. This is where you put the ad, right? And this is where you put the link for your ad. Okay, so when somebody clicks on your ad, where would they be redirected to? Now, if you recall from our trainings, right, what is your link? Well, this link would be your rotator link, wouldn't it? Right? If you remember from what we've been talking about all this time. So here I'm going to put my rotator link that would rotate, 2 or 3 different URLs for my, landing pages, right? So that I can track it. And here's where I would just, upload my ad, click save, and guess what? It's going to take about 48, maybe 72 hours for it to go, and get approved. And as soon as it's approved, it's running, and I'm getting traffic. Makes sense? So then what I can do, now remember, I just pay $50 and it's going to run for the entire month. okay, for the entire month. So then what I can do is I can come back, and I can I can place more ads here, right? If I wanted to place, another one here, 300 by 250, that's actually a pretty good, this is actually a very good ad size, is 300 by 250. It's one of the best ad sizes out there. It's usually above the fold. If I wanted to get this one as well, it would cost me $1.50 per 1,000 impressions. Okay, so it's a little bit more expensive. Still not too bad. So I would add that as well, right? And here you just select how many impressions. For 100,000 impressions, it would be $150. Okay, and how many impressions do I want? If I want 210,000 impressions, the price would adjust accordingly. And then you just upload your creatives, and you enter your link where you want the traffic to be redirected to, and there you go. My friend, what's amazing about this industry is that so many people try to overcomplicate a very, very simple thing. Buying media, especially with banners, it's not difficult, and it does not have to be expensive. It does not have to be complicated. It does not have to be this mysterious thing that everybody thinks, well, media buying, what is that, right? Look at it. What I want you to do is go and check out, buysellads.com, buyads.com, exoclick.com. What I can do is I can put the links right below this video for you to check out. Just use that as resources for you. And then there is also WHAM Network. That's pretty awesome. I advertise a lot on the WHAM Network. It's a self-serve. Again, you just log in there, create yourself an account and just explore. I mean, it's very, very intuitive. And these are, not very many people go there. Not very many marketers. In fact, there's almost nobody that's teaching this kind of stuff, just because people think this is complicated. People would rather chase after the latest Facebook, trend. But hey, this stuff works really, really awesome. It's gonna work for you. Go do it. Get yourself familiar with it. Start playing around with it. Don't spend a lot of money. I would start with $100, $50, $100. See how it goes for you, right? And there's a couple things that I want to track. I want to track my click-through rates on my banner, okay? And I want to track how many visitors I'm getting and how many opt-ins I'm getting, okay? So if your banner is not, is getting a ton of views, a ton of impressions, but the click-through rate is very, very low, okay? Then I know that I need to swap my banner, right? I need to change my banner. I need to, try something different, okay? See if that's going to work. But ultimately, here's my goal. Okay, if you're looking for something like Vic, give me a goal that you're shooting for. So, what I'm shooting for is I'm going to take a look at what my cost per lead is. Okay, so how much did I pay? So if I'm going to pay $50, okay, I want to take a look at how much leads I got. Okay, and if my cost per lead, remember, these are very, very targeted because you're advertising on specific targeted websites. Make sense? So I will pay as high as $3 or up to $3 per lead, okay, for my business, because I know my numbers. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to pay attention. Maybe for the first 30 to 90 days, is pay attention to how what your statistics are, right? And what your conversion rates are for your products, for what you're selling, and how much can you pay, how much can you afford to pay for lead, to accumulate a lead without losing money. Make sense? And now when you have those numbers, then you can do your calculations. Again, what I want you to do now, my friend, is go ahead and dive into this. Start exploring, okay? Get yourself an account, get yourself familiar with this. And then when we do a live call on Thursday, okay, if you have questions, if you want me to cover something in more detail, then that would be a perfect time for us to dive into more details about this. Right now, I want to introduce you to the concept. I want to introduce you to the idea. I want you to try it out for yourselves and just go out there and start exploring. Cool. All right, so that's his intermediate bites. Again, very, very simple. If you thought this is going to be complicated, I'm telling you, it's very simple process. None of the stuff I'm going to be teaching you is going to be complicated, but the stuff I'm going to be showing you works, okay? It might take you a little bit to figure it out, but listen, it's going to work, okay? Just keep it simple. Go at it. I'll see you in the next video.